Hey guys, Stones here coming at you with another recap video of everything that I bought from yard sales and garage sales this weekend. This only includes Thursday and Friday. Saturday we had some bad weather, called for 100% rain, so I didn't find any yard sales or garage sales, even when ones that had signs up. I'm assuming they just decided not to have them. And then today, even though the weather is perfect, I didn't find any new sales that I didn't already go to on Friday or Saturday. So I'm kind of going to go out of order here, kind of explain everything, highlight everything. But first of all, this rack right here, it's actually double-sided with more shelves. I got this from a warehouse sale that I saw signs here in the neighborhood. Here it was a sign maker. He was like a wood crafter guy who made like decorations and signs. And he went to like conventions and craft shows and stuff like that. I don't know if he was going out of business or if he was downsizing or if he was losing his lease, but everything in his warehouse was for sale. And other than all the crafts that were either complete or incomplete, the only thing that I saw of any interest was this display, this metal display. It has a sign holder, 4 shelves on one side and then 4 shelves on the other side. 20 bucks. Now, what he told me, this was originally used for holding 6 packs of beer, and it was covered with sawdust. I only cleaned this much so far. There's 4 more shelves for the other side. I'm either going to use it to display product, maybe use it for conventions, maybe even use it to display my own collection. Right now I'm using it to display some of the stuff that I found. We're going to talk about these video games here in a minute. That's actually going to come last. Went to a moving sale, picked up these 2 items for $1 a piece. This Tigger, it's actually a fanny pack plush, a kid's fanny pack plush. It's pretty rare. A normal Tigger fanny pack plush, maybe $15, something like that. This is the Safari edition. There's only been 1 past sale on eBay. Sold for $25 plus shipping, so about 30 bucks. I'm probably going to, because it's rare, there's no active listings, I'm going to try to aim for like more like 40 or something like that. Voice recorders, these micro cassette voice recorders, I paid $1 for that. If it works, we're looking at maybe $25–30. And that was, I think, no, Thursday. So I'm going to get back to this because I'm going to explain something. This is involved with a community sale. We'll go to these clubs. I paid $1 a piece for these golf clubs on the left, and I got these ones on the right for free. Now, ironically, the ones here on the right that I got for free, if you watch one of my past videos, I got a stack of Wii games and PSP games for $1 a piece. And supposedly this lady was constantly having a yard sale every week. I don't know if she's moving or something like that, but I saw the signs, and when I got there, I was like, oh, I've already been here before. And she explained to me that there was a big box of stuff at the bottom of her driveway that was free, including these 2. These are Sam Snead golf clubs, vintage wooden golf clubs. And I saw comps for these set of 2 selling for $30–40. So for free, I grabbed these. I didn't buy anything else, and I kind of felt bad. But at the same time, out of all those video games that I bought from her like 3 weeks prior, maybe a month prior, I've kept on getting returns from them because they weren't working. So it's actually cost me money. So I kind of felt this kind of justified that a little bit. I got these putters for $1 a piece. I'm not a big golf guy. I normally don't get clubs, but for $1 a piece, I thought I'd pick these up. So Friday, the very first sale that I went to, I picked up all these PlayStation 4 games for 50 cents a piece. So I spent $8 total. Now, then I bought these 2 books, and there's a real large, loud truck going by, sorry. I picked up these 3 books, 2 hardcovers, and the soft cover with no cover, missing cover. The Dragonlance series I'm very familiar with, and some of these can do really well. They're kind of like Dungeons and Dragons-esque, and those were only 50 cents a piece as well. I looked up comps at first, and I thought I was really surprised because they seem high, and then the more I looked into it, they're not really worth anything at all. I'll probably end up donating these instead of trying to sell them. Back to the video games, that Creed game is factory sealed still. Probably worth 20 bucks. I don't know if anybody else can tell me, but I have never found a valuable PS4 game. I've never found a valuable PS3 game. It seems like all the value is in PS1 and PS2 games, while when it comes to Nintendo, it seems like every system I have come across valuable games. But that's just me. I'm just asking because most of these games are worth $5, $10 at the most. But for 50 cents a piece, I couldn't pass that up. Now, later that day, I found myself at a community sale in a town that I don't normally go to, and there's money in this town. Now, I've talked about this before with the kind of the psychology of community sales, and if I would have known what type of community this was, I wouldn't have bothered. So this was a richer community, a new development, big houses, nice houses, and those are the community sales that I stay away from. And quick case in point, I talked about these PS4 games where I got them for 50 cents a piece earlier that day. There was one garage sale that had 4 PS4 games for $20 a piece. So I paid less money for all of those, paid less than half for all of those than what I could have bought one game at this community sale. I picked up some of these plush. I overpaid. Now, if you know anything about Angry Birds plush, there are a few that are extremely rare. I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars. I thought maybe I struck it with some of these, and the most valuable one is this tiny one that's probably worth $15, $20. But I was hoping for one of those $30, $40, $50, $60 ones. And this one on the left, I thought looked extremely rare, but it's not. I also picked up this monster. This is some sort of Japanese monster line. I thought he was cool for $2 or $3. I picked that up as well. Then moving on to some of this other stuff, garage sale, picked up this vintage Halloween decoration. I always pick up novelty Halloween decorations, especially when it's branded. This is Trendmasters, which is actually a pretty big brand. And this is worth, if it's working, maybe $20, $25, something like that. There is a Tales from the Crypt Halloween Scream Haunted Candelabra by the same company. If you have that, it's worth like almost $100, something like that. Went to another garage sale, picked up all this stuff. Actually, the 2 clubs that I paid $1 a piece for came from this same sale. There's a Curious George. This is actually a software set, educational software set for reading, writing, and spelling, grades 1 and 2. Now you can tell how old this is, and she put even old on the price tag. It takes Windows 95 to operate it, so we're talking nearly 30 years old now. And she did bring up a good point. Someone who's a Curious George fan. It's a brand new tin lunchbox, and I found one of these on eBay for $15. Picked up these brand new perfumes. The Classic by Banana Republic. That's a small bottle. It might be worth $20. Now the Swiss Army. I didn't know Swiss Army made perfume, but they do. And that size is probably worth another $15, $20. Excuse me. And then this case, I thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know if I'll do anything with it. Clean it up a little bit. I paid $1 for that. So, then moving on, while I was going through my normal route, I take a certain route through 3 or 4 towns, looking for signs for yard sales and garage sales. Excuse me, my voice is getting dry. It's very hot out here. And when I saw the first sign for it, I put that address in my phone, started heading towards that address, and then what ended up happening was I found myself in the middle of a community sale that I didn't know was that sign was one of many houses that was doing a community sale. So I probably stopped at 10 different houses before I landed at that first house, or that house that I was chasing down where I saw the sign for the sale. So one of the sales, I picked up these 3 plush Paw Patrol plush. There are a few that are extremely rare. These are Build-A-Bear, and there are some that are extremely rare. There is one that's upwards near $100. It's the other female characters, the Siberian Husky or something like that. I thought this one might have been one of the valuable ones. It does have some value, $25, $30. She does have some stains on her ears, so that's gonna bring the value down. Now, these Build-A-Bear plush Power Rangers, now these are going in my personal collection. If you know me, I collect any and all things Power Rangers. Now there's 2 different types. There's just the costumes, where you could pick up any bear or anything, generic bear, and put the costume on it. And then there's actually Power Ranger plush, where the costume itself is a part of the whole plush. It's sewn on, and everything is one piece. Regardless, either one, the black is extremely rare. The costume itself is worth about $20-$30. Now, these are missing the masks that make it look like they're wearing a helmet, but it doesn't matter. These are gonna go in my personal collection. I'll probably just leave them on the bears for now, but really the costumes are what I'm after. So that I talked about that community sale and that sign that I came across, where I finally landed there after stopping at 10 houses part of this community sale. And this house was at the end of a kind of a cul-de-sac road, a dead-end road, and they had stuff everywhere. Their front yard was covered with it. Their driveway was covered with it. Their garage was filled with it, and their backyard, which was huge, was also partially covered, mostly the back patio, the back porch. And I kind of had my suspicions, and then I was right when I overheard the girl that was running it had actually said her parents bought storage units. So it just made sense that the stuff was just too eclectic for it to be belonging to any certain person who would have bought that stuff themselves. So I was really surprised, because when I walked up to her, because nothing was priced, and when I walked up to her and I picked up all this stuff, so everything from the Build-A-Bears over, she charged me $5 total. And I was like, what? She goes, well, is that too much? And I said, no, that's way more than I thought. So starting here really quick, a pair of Exorcist Reagan socks. Those looked cool. Now, this matching flashlight money clip watch set by this company called Calibri of London. I looked up comps for this, and some of the stuff can be somewhat valuable, but when I finally took it out and was looking it over, they are personalized, monogrammed, so I don't know how much money I'll get off of from those. Some vintage hats, some new with tags. The Planet Hollywood, there's 2 of them. This Budweiser King of Beers, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr., that's new with tags as well. This is a vintage 1980 Alabama On Tour foam trucker hat. Has a little bit of staining. Maybe I can get those out. I don't know. We're looking. I saw there was a comp for like $20-$25 on that. There's a Edward New Moon Twilight action figures. This is made by NECA, but man, it looks terrible. NECA's known for really good action figures. It's not worth much, about $10. Hunt for Red October sealed VHS, one of my favorite movies. This will go in my personal collection because I just love that movie, and it'll go in my collection. Bought these 2 pairs of shoes. This is a pair of Everlast extra wide sport shoes. These are brand new with tags. I looked the comps up on these. We're talking $30-$35. These are Saucony shoes. Look pretty brand new. I mean, little dirty, but look like they haven't been really worn. And so we're looking probably $25-$30 on those as well. This thing is Hair La Vie. I guess it's a hair restoration kit. Now the prices on these, the comps on these were crazy, but it looks like it had been partially used, so I'm probably going to throw that away. And then lastly, this, move this over, it's a recorded rapid reading program. This looks like one of those things that they, back in the day when I was a kid, they'd throw you in this like closet at school to kind of teach you how to read faster and stuff like that. And this looks like a cassette player. There's some cassettes in the box there. Maybe some instructional material. I didn't really do research on this actual system itself, but what caught my eye was this vintage Aiwa cassette player. Aiwa's a really good brand. So that's what caught my eye. It's actually not worth much. Comps are like $15-$20. That's if it's working. So who knows what I'll do with that, but that's what I got from this weekend. Oh wait, I got one last thing. I forgot about these games. Almost forgot about these games. So Friday, one of the first sales that I bought something from, I actually went to a garage sale right around the corner from me, but I didn't buy anything. So this was the second sale of the day. This is my first purchase of the day. 4 original PlayStation 1 games. 2 of them are greatest hits. That's the green label on the right there. And 2 of them that are black label. That means that they're the original print of the game. If the game is really popular, they sell out they'll reprint it as a greatest hits with the green label. Green labels oftentimes are worth not as much as the original, of course. There are some exceptions though, because if they do something different with the game, update it, something like that, then it becomes more valuable, but that's pretty rare. Paid 50 cents a piece for these, $2 total. But look at this game, Castlevania. I knew I hit something when I got this. Symphony of the Night. This game is worth $150. I listed it yesterday. It didn't last 8 hours. Already sold. That's why it's wrapped up. It's going out the door tomorrow. $150 from a $2 purchase. Some of these other games, $10, $15, $20. But $150 on Castlevania, and it is sold. All right, guys, I got to get to work. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. See you soon.